Have you ever wondered, if I start an Etsy shop right now, what would my life look like in a few months? Well, 5 months ago, I started my Etsy shop, HappyTypeStudio, and it is genuinely unbelievable the sales that I made this month. I have made way further than I ever expected. I've surpassed the goals that I set for myself, and I am here to break down all of the stats for you guys in this month's video. First up, hi, if you're new here, my name is Haley, and I launched HappyTypeStudio back in June of 2025. And the entire goal of it is to run this small art business of my dreams. Originally, I started off selling digital download wall art prints of my artwork that I make in my sketchbooks. And since then, I have expanded and now I offer stickers, art prints, bookmarks, and I launched a whole Christmas collection in month 5. I am a little bit late posting this video. I'm so sorry. So month 5 stats are for November. I'm gonna be doing a little bit of catching up, but that just means more content for you guys coming as soon as I'm able to record and edit it. This month was super exciting. It has my biggest sales ever. I didn't even think it was possible for me to reach this level in just 5 months. I actually made over $300 in my month 5 on Etsy. Yeah! Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. So I was getting a new order like once a day. At one point, it was crazy. So without further ado, let me go ahead and open up the stats and let's start looking at all of this. Okay, so I've already got it all set up here. I've got the custom date range for November 1st to November 30th. And I have been so excited to go over these stats with you guys because I just truly can't believe looking at it myself. So first up, we've got 694 visits. That number is crazy. When you think about, that's nearly 700 times people checked out my shop. That's so, like, think of how many people looked at my art. That's so cool. I'm over here gushing about how many visits I got. I got 17 orders this month. 17! Dude, that was way more than I expected. I think my goal for this month was to get 8 or 9. I got 17! Are you kidding me? And that is an increase from the previous month. I only got 8 in October, so I more than doubled my number of orders this month. It was more than even my wildest dreams. I feel so lucky that I got so many orders. The conversion rate is 2.4. This bar chart here is not super helpful for me. I need to learn a little bit more about how to read this, but I know that the conversion rate being in between 1% to 3% is pretty average for Etsy, so I love to see this. And finally, the revenue. This number is insane to me for 1 month. Like, this is more than I had made, I think, in the entire year at that point from all of my other 4 months combined. $329.13. I'm speechless. Like, I can't even put into words how amazing I find that. It is not just insane, that number by itself, but when I start to compare it to the previous month, which October was, until November, my best month yet, I made, let's see, where is it? Hold on, I have it written down here. I made $105 in October, so that is a 313% increase in my revenue, which is just literally, I'm speechless. Like, 300% increase in a single month is crazy. So thank you to every single person that ordered something this month, every single person that believed in me, in my Christmas collection, in my gift tags, in my Christmas cards, because that's what a lot of these orders were. They were for my Christmas things, and it really mean a lot to me. So anyways, let me get back to the stats. I'm sorry, I'm just like gushing. We've got the shopper stats here. Again, Etsy has these. I'm still kind of learning how to find these helpful, but I had a lot of item favorites this month. I had a lot of shop follows, 5, that's pretty good. I had 7 reviews, which I think it helped that I had the sticker launch in October, so I was getting a lot of reviews for those, and I was really grateful for all of them. 5 repeat buyers, which was super cool. And then this 15 cities reach. Again, I really try and keep a grasp of how many people I am reaching, and like these are not just numbers to me. These are people that are looking at my art, caring about my art, caring about my shop. So 15 cities reached is really cool to think about. I have the How Shoppers Found You section as well. So I thought this was really interesting that I brought in more visits this month. I did put a lot more effort into social media this month. I was trying to post a lot more consistently on Instagram. I was posting every day at the beginning of the month, and then I kind of got a little too busy with the holidays. It definitely paid off showing the amount of visits that I had. And you know, most of these are direct or other traffic. It's not even like the social media ones on Instagram or Pinterest or anything like that. So 83 through social media is still a great number, but 335 visits from other traffic. I'm just always really curious where those people come from. I think some of them are from YouTube. We've talked about this in the past. And then things like the Etsy search, I always find really interesting to look at to see. Again, usually it's my shop name bringing in the most of these visits, which is so cool to think about. 14 different people went on Etsy to search for my shop name. Again, I'm just like, I look at these stats and how can I feel anything except for endless gratitude is kind of how I feel about it when I look at these. So let's go back, talking a little bit about some more nitty-gritty stuff. And I have the monthly statement for November here. This goes over more of the fees and the breakdown of revenue versus profit. So your revenue is the total amount of sales that you make, and your profit is the actual money that you get to take away from that after the sales fees and listing fees and shipping fees and whatnot. So definitely had my highest fees as well this month. So you can see here I had $46.41 in fees, and then $16.31 in fees. Just to give you a little perspective on that, the month of October, I had around like $20 in fees. So this was kind of in line with my revenue increase. In fact, I think this is really not as bad as it could have been for my fees, but the shipping, I only paid $4.44 in shipping in October. So this was a much higher increase percentage wise. And that's because when I was mailing the greeting cards and the gift tags, those needed to be mailed in a bigger mailer, so it cost more to ship because it weighed more. So that was interesting learning about that and having a new shipping method this month. I still offer free shipping on all of my items, and I'm hoping I can keep it that way with the way that I price them. Looking here, the main thing that you guys are probably like, why isn't she talking about the sales and the net profit? So yeah, the sales, the $329 there, and after all of the fees on Etsy, my net profit was $266. This is the first time that I felt like, oh my God, this is real. I could actually make money selling my art. I was able to take that money and put it into buying Christmas gifts for my friends and family. So that was really cool. And again, I look at these stats for this month and I just feel like the luckiest person in the world that I get to follow my dreams and actually see success doing it. So enough about that. I want to transition into talking a little bit about my goals for this month, how I achieved them, the progress I made, and what goals I have for the future. So back in October, I originally said that my order goal for November was to make 9 orders, and I got 17. I almost doubled my order goal, and I think that's so incredible. When I was looking ahead for December, I knew it wasn't realistic to keep this same pace because most of the people that were ordering in November were doing so because of the Cyber Week sales that I ran. So I knew those were gonna end in early December, and because of shipping times, I wouldn't see as many orders. So I set my order goal for December at 10 orders. Next, the goal that I had for November to launch new products was to launch greeting cards and gift tags, and I succeeded at both of those. I launched Christmas greeting cards sold as singles and sets of 6, and gift tags sold in sets of 6 as well. Each of them had multiple designs. I kind of went crazy with the Christmas cards. I maybe didn't need to do so many, but I just had so many designs that I loved, I couldn't help myself. And it was a huge success. I had been hyping it up for a few months, so the people that knew about my shop and had been following my journey were excited to buy them when they finally dropped. And again, I am so lucky that I can say that I have people cheering for me and excited for my new products to drop. So I definitely want to keep that momentum going in the future with new products, but it's something that's going to take a little bit more of a back seat in 2026 because I have other goals to work on. More on that soon. The last goal that I had for November was to do more consistent social media marketing. And originally I set a goal for myself to post every single day in November. I did not achieve that goal. I was really close. I was pretty good in the first half of the month posting every day, but because like I said, I work multiple jobs and with the holidays and family and everything, I wasn't able to keep up with posting every day, but I still think that it went really well. I was proud of myself because I was trying new techniques, and I'm still trying to kind of find my groove with social media. I personally don't scroll on many algorithm-based feeds, so creating content for the algorithm is a challenge for me. I didn't really grow my Instagram following too much this month, but definitely feel like it was like a net neutral. You know, I didn't really succeed at this goal, but I didn't really fail at it either. It's just more just, I don't know, neutral. Anyways, for some of my future goals, I've already mentioned my order goal for December is to get 10 orders for the month. I also want to sell as much of my Christmas inventory as possible because I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be doing next year. I might try different printing methods, I don't know. So I wanna sell as much of it as possible. And then my third goal for the month is to go to some Christmas art markets, because my big goal for 2026 is actually to start doing markets. And that's why the new products are gonna take more of a back seat, because I'm gonna switch my focus to doing a lot of researching and prepping for markets instead of launching new products in the new year. So going to some Christmas markets this year is really important so that I can get an idea of what it will be like when I get there next year. I'm definitely not ready for that yet, but I just kind of want to see what's out there. That pretty much wraps it up for my stats recap for month 5 on Etsy. I definitely think this is a great example of what persistence and hard work looks like and how far it can get you in just a few months on Etsy. When I started, I didn't think, you know, I would see these sorts of numbers until maybe my second year. So the fact that I was able to achieve this for my first Christmas season was super exciting. It is the inspiration for any of you to keep going in your own journey. Definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know, what are your goals? How are you looking for 2026? You know me, I like to chat. I like to hear what's on your minds. And if you like this video, please give it a like, because the YouTube algorithm really appreciates that. And it would mean a lot to me personally, because I know I feel a little bad because there's been a bit of a hiatus between my last stats recap video. And keep an eye out in the future, because I'm going to be doing a December and January combined recap video. It's going to be a little bit of a different format, but I want to get all caught up to date so that we can get back to posting the monthly recap videos on time. That about covers it for everything from me, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it means a lot to me. Okay, bye!